6 o'clock, I'll call the meeting to order. Pursuant to Mass General Law 7C-38, Section 20F, after notifying the chair of the public body, any person may make a video or audio recording of an open session of a meeting of a public body, or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Beginning of the meeting, the chair shall inform other attendees of any such recordings. Meetings are being recorded by the Berkshire Edge, Berkshire Eagle, CTSB, and the town of Great Barrington. Any member of the public wishing to speak at the meeting must receive permission of the chair. The listing of agenda items, those reasonably anticipated by the chair, which may be discussed at the meeting. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed. Other items not listed may be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by law. Select board's announcements, statements. Ben.
We have a lot of stuff coming up. We have a special town meeting on Thursday. We have an Earth Day cleanup on Saturday that I hope people will attend, both in Great Barrington and Housatonic. And I hope everyone doesn't expend all of their energy this week because we have our annual town meeting on Saturday, May 3rd. Yeah. So there's a lot of things to do to be involved, and I hope everyone comes out.
Nothing. Eric.
Yeah, I got a few things, one announcement and then a statement. As Ben was saying, Earth Day pickup in Housatonic and in Great Barrington this coming Saturday, April 19th. I invite everybody to join us, and usually every year I have a conversation after about NIPS and that issue, so I would like to take a moment and invite everybody from the package stores to come out and help and pick their profits up from the side of the road this year. So
What time is it?
it's 9 o'clock, it's gonna start, and here's the time. And then as the special town meeting approaches, I want to share my perspective on the matter at hand. Before joining the select board, I participated in a Zoom candidate forum with 100 attendees, where we discussed Housatonic Waterworks. At that time, I stated Housatonic Waterworks should be a public entity, and I have consistently advocated for this since then. My position remains unchanged, and I've been actively pursuing this goal, as has this select board. I recognize the frustration with the slow and challenging process. However, rushing such a significant transaction would be unwise. The town still bears scars from the past experience of taking over a business run by the same owners as Housatonic Waterworks. Therefore, we needed to conduct a comprehensive study to fully understand the implications of the town's involvement, which has been completed. To be clear, the town of Great Barrington has hired a negotiator to negotiate the sale of Housatonic Waterworks on behalf of the town, and this is in process. Basic negotiation strategy tells us that a vote at a special town meeting for the purchase of Housatonic Water for $2.3 million would undermine our negotiation. Do not be misled by the wording as the wording is constructed. I ask everyone to give us more time to please allow these negotiations to play out so we, the select board, can bring forward a set negotiated price to secure Housatonic Water and the future of our water. I will be voting no on both articles at this special meeting. Thank you.
Okay. Town managers report.
Thank you. To carry on a little bit of what Eric was just talking about with regards to the Housatonic Waterworks, we are aware that there's some confusion out there about the special town meeting this coming Thursday, relative to the select board's recent discussions in executive session about the Housatonic Waterworks. To be clear, the board's approval of the water system interconnection project does not mean the town has agreed to purchase one or both of the systems. And it does not merge the two water systems any financial, governance, legal, or operational way. So the select board has not agreed to purchase the system. The systems are not merged. The select board's approval of the interconnect was relative to the rate case and not relative to this Thursday's special town meeting, which, as you know, was proposed by citizen petition independently of the board and without consultation of the board, and doesn't necessarily reflect the board's position or its valuation of either of the water systems. Meanwhile, the board has been meeting in executive session relative to a possible purchase, taking, or other acquisition of the Housatonic Waterworks, as well as other matters pertinent to that Department of Public Utilities rate case, the manganese filtration treatment infrastructure that the company has stated that it will install, and the physical interconnection that I just mentioned. But the board's discussions of those matters are an executive session and are not public discussions, because if they were public at this time, the other party would be able to know what the town's position and strategy are. So I hope that helps to clarify.
Can I ask a question, please?
Briefly.
Yeah, Claudia Shapiro. So Chris, what you're saying is there's been no agreement, interconnection agreement between the town of Great Barrington, who's Housatonic Waterworks, Great Barrington Fire District?
No, he didn't say that at all. He said that
I've been
interconnection,
coming to the meetings and I know what I hear.
but that's not what he
Okay,
said.
fine, thanks.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Question,
Brief.
Donna Jacobs, 260 Park Street. How long are you proposing we should wait for the negotiations? How much longer? A year, 2 years,
No,
6
we're-
months?
Our lawyers just started negotiating with Housatonic Waterworks, so
So nobody can say, hold off a year?
it won't be a year. We'll either have a yes or no answer.
The board's not asking anybody to hold off on anything.
No,
I'm not
The
suggesting
board's
that the board.
having discussions in executive session, and the citizens have proposed something.
I'm just wondering how long the citizens are being asked to wait.
we're not asking anyone to wait.
Well, you're saying wait.
We
I just
just,
heard Eric say wait.
Eric did say that, the board is not asking anyone to wait.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, or not that I disagree with Eric, it's just,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I know it is confusing.
Yeah, it is.
It is confusing, I know.
Thanks.
It's just, it's difficult. Process. Switching gears, winter parking ban, that's the on-street overnight parking ban, that's been lifted as of April, beginning of April. So they can park overnight on the residential streets. We are doing active, parking enforcement downtown. So just be aware of the parking rules posted where you're parking. And then regarding the Earth Day cleanup, that was mentioned, just to put some more details out there, if you're going to to participate in Housatonic, you can meet at 8:30 at Ramsdale. There's coffee and pastries. There'll be a celebration in the park at noon. The cleanup itself begins at 9. Bags will be provided there. If you're cleaning up elsewhere in town, you can pick up bags at Mason or Ramsdale Library, Town Hall, and the Senior Center beginning Wednesday. That's this Wednesday, the 16th. We have sort of limited supplies, so, you know, get your friends and neighbors, and if you're going to Housatonic, you'll get the bags there. If you're doing something elsewhere in town, you can come here or the Senior Center or the libraries to get your bags. So thanks, hope to see everybody out.
I just have one question. I don't know when it starts at 9, to have an ending time.
Well, the celebration's at noon, so
Right.
see how much you can pick up by
Well,
noon.
I'm just trying to say we're 9 to 3, so I just didn't know if they would have that.
The organized part of it, in Housatonic at least, could be done by noon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Public hearing continued from March 10th, 2025 meeting. Application for a special permit from AMMGMT2 LLC, 235 East Street, Pittsville, Mass. In relation to a proposed 20-unit residential mixed-use project at 546 Main Street, Great Barrington. The application seeks mixed-use development and water quality protection overlay district special permits in accordance with section 8.2, 9.2, and 10.4 the Great Barrington zoning bylaw. Do I have a motion to continue?
I make a motion to continue, this public hearing until June 9th at 6 P.M. at Town Hall.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call vote then.
Aye.
Garfield.
Aye.
Eric.
Aye.
And I, it's unanimous.
Just to clarify for folks, watching online, their continuance is at the request of the applicant. So again, the next session will be June 9th at 6 P M.
Thank you. Next is an application for change of manager to the all alcoholic beverages on premise license at a G and Breeze 327 Stockbridge Road, Great Barrington. Do you have a motion to open the public hearing?
I make a motion to open up the public hearing for all alcohol beverages on premises at G and Breeze, 327 Stockbridge Road, Great Barrington, Mass.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Ben.
Aye.
Garfield.
Aye.
Eric.
Aye.
And I. Is there someone here with an explanation of the project? You just gotta come up and just tell us what you're doing.
Over there.
Yeah, please. Just state your name for the record.
Irene Barca. We do changes because the previous manager, she's not there anymore, so we do change that. That's why we changed them.
And the new manager is,
It's me,
Yeah.
Irene Barca.
thank you.
Yeah.
Any public comments or questions to speak in favor or opposition? Any questions from the select board? Motion to close the public hearing?
Make a motion to close public hearing.
Second, I have a motion and a second, roll call.
Aye.
Eric,
Aye.
Garfield, Eric,
Aye.
and I. Any discussion? Motion to continue, deny or grant?
I'll make a motion to approve the change of manager.
You know, a second,
Second.
any discussion? Roll call then.
Aye.
Garfield,
Aye.
Eric, and I. They're all set.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. Next one is a change, application for change of officer, stock, or ownership interest to the all alcoholic beverage package store license at Plaza Package 155 State Road. Do you have a motion to open the public hearing?
I make a motion to open the public hearing for the all alcohol beverages package store license at Plaza Package, 155 State Road, Great Barrington, Mass.
Well, second that.
I have a motion and a second, roll call vote. Ben.
Aye.
Garfield.
Aye.
Eric.
Aye.
And I. And Matthew Porter, just a brief explanation.
Yes, thank you, Board. Matthew Porter. I'm the attorney for Krishna Bhakti Corp. Before the board, this is just an internal transfer of stock as of right now. As it currently stands, there were three shareholders within the corporation. The minority shareholder is being bought out by one of the existing shareholders. So more of an internal transfer of stock, nothing changing from an outward perspective, or certainly nothing changing to the operation of the business.
Thank you. Any public comments, questions? Anyone to speak in favor or opposition? Question from the select board. Do you have a motion to close the public hearing?
Make a motion to close public hearing at this time.
I'll second.
Roll call, Ben.
Aye.
Garfield.
Aye.
Eric.
Aye.
And I. Any select board discussion?
Nothing.
Seems pretty straightforward here.
Motion to continue, deny or grant?
I make a motion to approve this change of stock and officers for the Plaza Package, 155 State Road, Great Barrington, Mass.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? None, roll call, Ben.
Aye.
Garfield.
Aye.
Eric.
Aye.
And I. It's unanimous. Thank you, Mr. Porter.
Yeah, appreciate your time. Thanks.
Licenses and permits. Application for a common Vic's license, Rustic Eats Food Truck, 123 Main Street, Great Barrington. Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Is there anyone here? Yep, you just want to say what your business is and.
I'm Shishan Lin, and I'm the owner of the Rustic Eggs. And we used to park at the Farnsworth garage there last year on Tuesdays from 11 to 5:30 p.m. And this year, we are going to reopen this Wednesday, all the way to end of October, that Wednesday. And we changing the time to, oh no, last year was Tuesdays, and this year we changed to Wednesdays. Until end of October, that Wednesday, and we have pizza, hot dog, and sandwiches.
Great, thank you. Any questions? Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the common vicular license for Rustic Eats Food Truck at 123 Main Street, Great Barrington, on Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 5:30.
Do I have a second?
Let's have a second with the question.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure, I should know where it is, but whether it's the 123 Main Street.
It's kind of across from the Farm Force Canopy there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right across from that oil company.
Yep. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Just good luck this year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Good luck.
Thank you.
Application for a one-day entertainment license. Great Barrington Firefighters Association, Car Show, Main Street, from Cottage Street to Bridge Street, including Castle and Railroad. Thursday, August 7th, 2025, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Rain Day, August 17th. Eric, go right ahead.
Okay, everything is pretty much the same as we've done for 15 years now. Detail officers will be on at 4:45. We'll be closing the main street at 4 o'clock, rerouting the traffic down around Bridge Street and East Street. And members will walk the trail trucks through Main Street. I have met with the DRT subcommittee, the DRT, and got their blessings.
Any questions?
Always a great event, I'm looking forward to it.
And you always have beautiful
There is no
weather.
event going on across the street either.
You already checked with them.
I let them know January 1st and what our date was, and they have a big show the night before, but.
There you go.
You've done this before, haven't you? Yeah, I see that.
I'll make a motion, to move that the board approve this application subject to staff conditions.
Good, second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Uh,
Unanimous. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
If I am going to recuse myself from 5C, 5D, 5E, and 5F because they all pertain to my employer.
You go pick up a visa for it. Okay, first one is 5C, is application for a one-day entertainment license, Berkshire Bus, performances at various locations on Railroad Street, Main Street from Castle to Elm, Congregational Church, and the Triplex each Friday and Saturday, June 27th, 2025 through August 30th, 2025, from 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., 20 events total. Carly, I've opened your mic. Do you have anything you want to add?
Hi, thank you. Yeah, this is Carly Scolforo, General Manager of the festival. Just want to reiterate, this is the exact same number of weekends, time frame, and performance areas as last summer, and we've been in touch with Chris Rembold as well as the fire, police department, and DPW to make sure everything is set to go off as safely and smoothly as usual.
Thank you, Carly. Do I have a motion?
Motion to move the board approve this application subject to staff conditions.
Do I have a second?
Let's have a second with a question.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Excuse my ignorance, I'm not sure, I don't understand one day when it's actually gonna be quite a few days. Why is it
That-
one day each day?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
how it's
just
done.
don't- Okay.
Yeah, because it's not continuous,
Okay.
so they're one day, they can have up to, I don't know if there's a limit on one day, because it's not liquor, so.
Each day.
That's why, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Good luck to you, Carly.
Thank you.
You know what, I have one question. You haven't mentioned the sign.
They haven't applied for this one.
Okay. Oh, we haven't mentioned.
That may be next, but.
Mm.
Application for a one-day entertainment license, and one-day liquor license. Berkshire International Film Festival, Town Hall Park, Great Barrington, May 29th, Thursday, and Saturday, May 31st, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., including the use of 3 town hall parking spaces, from the evening of Wednesday, May 28th through the morning of Monday, June 2nd. You got Lauren? Thank you. Lauren, anything you want to add?
Hi there. Thank you. Nice long laundry list of requests. But we've been doing this. It'll be 19 years. And I have also met with Parks and Rec, the DRT. Larkin Sign will be, well, I don't want to jump ahead, but the Larkin Signs handling the banners. National Grid has given us permission. I know you haven't mentioned the moratorium yet as far as parking is concerned, but we've been doing this a long time, and as far as I know, it's run pretty smoothly, and we appreciate the town cooperating and supporting us doing this. So
Good. We have 4 applications here for you, 3, sorry. And if we have questions, we'll ask. Do you have a motion on D to start with?
I move the board approve the application subject to staff conditions.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, unanimous. E, that's a request from the Berkshire International Film Festival to temporarily lift restrictions on parking time limits in downtown and Great Barrington from May 29th, 2025 to June 1st, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just have a question. What is, what are our requests or? You said this all with town.
Yeah, that's going through the design review team, police, fire, just to make sure that there's no problems.
If staff has, public safety concerns or trash removal, that means that work with staff to make sure that's all set.
Well, it's just nice to know out loud what they are. I didn't exactly know what we were speaking about.
Of course.
And for these, the firefighters, boss, and Biff, these are not new, but we want to make sure that when we get these out, people realize that they have to work. These people know that, but. So we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Finally, for Biff, the request from Berkshire International Film Festival to hang banners along Main Street and Railroad Street from April 21st to June 9th, 2025. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Clarify these are on the light poles.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you very much, Lauren.
thank you.
Next, new business, appointment to the Ramsdale Building Committee, Frederica DeGale. Did I pronounce that right? But I'll give you a chance at it. Do I have a motion?
I will make a motion to approve Frederica Segal's appointment to the Ramsdale Building Committee.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
4-0.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us in case we had questions.
Thank you.
Next, thank you. Good luck. Next is the approval of postage fees for town clerk documents.
John should be.
Josh, do you have anything you want to add to this? Or not really?
Unless you guys have any questions or anything. There was a summary in your packet, looking, some people who are getting documents mailed to them, we don't have the fee to cover those mailing costs. So we'd like your permission to do that.
Motion.
I make a motion to approve the postage fee for documents ordered online from the clerk's office.
Do I have a
That
second?
entire recommendation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you move that.
I move that the select board approve the $1 postage fee for online document orders of between 1 to 4 items, and that this fee should increase by $1 for every additional item purchased after the 5th item. This will help mitigate the rising postage costs, bring us in line with what the majority of other communities are doing.
Now do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion.
I think it makes sense for us to recoup postage fees and handling charges, so I approve.
Anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you.
Memorial Day Parade. This is a request from the Adams Buds VFW Post 8183. Memorial Day Parade beginning at the corner of Front and Depot Streets near the post office in Housatonic, Monday, May 26, 2025 at 10 a.m. Do you want to add anything?
No, that's, basically the only change is, our starting point. We used to start at the firehouse and go towards the Shamrock Building on the main. We're gonna cut that over and start it between the, post office and Amerdale, and go straight towards the Corpus Christi, take the left on the main to the community center, and then to the cemetery.
Perfect. Just say your name for the record.
Yes, Michael Murphy, officer today, Adam Buds VFW 8183.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
You have a motion.
I make a motion to approve the Memorial Day Parade beginning at the corner of Front and Depot Street in Housatonic, Monday, May 26th at 10 a.m.
Do you have a second? Any discussion?
My only question is a very small one. Will you be stopping to do the tribute to the, at the memorial at the Hoosie Dome?
Yes, we will.
Okay, with the,
It'll be a 3 volley.
Yeah.
Bugler, and then we'll do the same thing on the bridge.
yeah, I saw the bridge on here. I just didn't see the other one.
Then to the cemetery.
I'm only asking so I can properly prepare my dog.
Yeah, well, we will be.
That's important. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and your selectmen are invited, like you usually,
We'll be there, and if you want one of us to speak, just let us know.
Yes, we do.
Okay,
Very good, thank you.
thank you. Request from the American Legion Leary Post 298 to conduct their annual Poppy Boot Drive on Main Street, Great Barrington, between Gas House Lane and the entrance of JB Hull Oil, Saturday, May 17th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with a rain date of May 24th. I don't know if anybody's actually here.
I don't see
I don't see Andy yet.
Andy.
So do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Should I let that go? Cause there's a lot, so many of
Yeah.
that.
They've been doing this a while too. Next is a request from the American Legion Murphy Leary Post 298 to conduct their Memorial Poppy fundraiser at various locations in Great Barrington and Housatonic throughout May of 2025.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second with
Yeah,
question,
go ahead.
do we know where the various, it'd be nice to know where the various locations are.
Wherever they want to do it.
Rather than-
You know, if a store owner says, we'd love to have you on our, in front of our store, they'll go there, they'll, wherever they feel like.
They get permission from,
Yeah, they get permission. Both offices. Yes. Anyone else? All in favor?
aye.
Unanimous. Next is discussion of property tax exemption for town meeting, including discussion, possible property tax exemption items under general law, chapter 59, section 5, clauses 17D, 41D, and 22I. Ross is online. You got him, Ross?
Ross is here, as the board sees in the packet, there are a number of items that you may have brought up in the past and wanted staff to look at. We are recommending some things and not others at this time, and Ross is here to give you some more explanation or answer any questions. Ultimately, these would be on the warrant if you approve the warrant for the town meeting and then go before the voters.
Ross, do you want to give us an overview? Happened.
Mhm.
We can't hear you, Ross, unfortunately.
You are unmuted. Well, there's a pretty comprehensive memo. First, do you want to do a little bit of it?
Sure, at this time, there are a number of clauses under this, section 5 of general law, chapter 59, that are available to seniors, some of which we already offer in Great Barrington, and others which, we can consider. At this time, we do, recommend that clauses 17D, 41D, and 22I, we move forward with. They're all, relatively, modest fiscal impacts to revenue that the town will forego if people, take the exemption, if they qualify and take the exemptions, based on age, assets, et cetera. And they, you know, they provide a benefit to those seniors or those veterans. There are other clauses which at this time we don't recommend because we don't yet know what the fiscal impact could be, or we think it could be relatively high. And at a time when the town should be being very fiscally responsible with its revenues, et cetera, we can't recommend those at this time. If you have any other questions about any of the details here, I'll try my best, or hopefully Ross has his mic open.
On the affordable housing property tax exemption, it says that you kind of can't make the recommendation until you have some more data in hand. Is there you have an idea of how long it'll kind of take for that understanding to be in place? Do we need other communities to be up and running, or is that something we kind of model internally?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great. Great.
Yes?
Yes, we can, Ross.
Oh, okay.
Just to answer Ben's question on the affordable housing tax exemption. It's unfortunately one of those things we haven't been able to dig into too much because we do have a lot going on. There's only one other town that has accepted this new provision of general law that we're aware of, and that's Egremont, and it's not effective until this coming year. The town of Provincetown out of the Cape has had a similar exemption for some time by special act of the legislature. It's been successful out there from what we hear. I don't know what that means in terms of foregone revenue versus this number of affordable units created. I will say our town's affordable housing trust fund has discussed this, as Garfield knows, in depth. And has made some recommendations to the select board in terms of capping who could be eligible for the exemption. And it's all good thinking. Unfortunately, we haven't had the time to model it out. Of the many projects we have going, we just haven't been able to get to that as much as we'd like to. You know, in the meantime, we do have a commitment to affordable housing through you know, collecting the short-term rental fees and appropriating funds through CPA and other things. And so we're working hard on it, but we just can't work on that aspect, that exemption just yet.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess, and just to that point, I'm not opposed to letting some neighborhood towns fill out that position. So I like the idea that Egremont's doing it. I'm not in a rush to do that, especially after this past budget season. So I do understand that, you know, affordable housing is still a very high priority. But so is gonna be paying all our bills next year. So I think, I like the idea of these other smaller tax exemptions here that help out seniors and veterans and everybody there. And again, I have been very interested in the residential tax exemption and this affordable housing one. But right now, after this previous budget season, what we're looking at going forward, I think we just need to hold on these bigger recommendations.
I think that makes perfectly good sense. Anyone else?
Well, I'm willing to agree with that to some extent, but I just want to make sure that we don't forget this. We have a project coming up, probably won't be looked at till June, which is the housing down there on the Haley, which won't be, but I just want to make sure that we don't put it off to. I'm approve of the other items, but delay too much longer. Can't afford to.
And just to clarify, I apologize for the typo in 41D. I say it's a lost cost exemption, and it's a low cost exemption. So again, staff recommends 17D, 41D, 22I, but not any of the others.
I just thought you were being dramatic.
I'm not known for my drama.
Do I,
No, you're not.
do I have a motion?
I make a motion that the select board vote to place the 17D, 41D, and 221, and 222I exemptions on the warrant for acceptance at the upcoming annual town meeting.
There was a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Well, thanks, Ross.
Thank you, Ross.
Thank you.
Next is the approval of the warrant for May 3rd, 2025 annual town meeting. And vote intention to discontinue a portion of Ramsdale Road as proposed in Article 29 of the warrant. Chris, the second part probably is, needs an explanation.
Yeah, the Ramsdale Road there was called out as a specific issue, as I was talking to town council, when we were drafting the warrant. Just, so skipping to Ramsdale Road. A portion of that road, which you may know, goes off of Route 7A, Old Stockbridge Road, in the vicinity of the Brookside School opposite Taft Farms. That spur that goes up towards those residences is known as Ramsdale Road. It, or a portion of it, was first laid out by property deeds in the 1760s. It turns out, over the years, it's been claimed and disclaimed, and eventually in 1931, the Berkshire County Commissioners discontinued it as a road. It's my understanding, and I may get this wrong, it's my understanding when the county discontinues a road, it reverts to the town. Now, the town may never have known this. But it creates some cloudy titles and deeds in that area because people wonder who owns the road and who owns the property from what people think is their front property line into the middle of the road. There's some confusion. When this was first brought up to staff from by some surveyors working on the issue, and they said, well, we think the town owns this road. We said, well, we don't maintain it, we don't plow it. That's news to us. So what we'd like to do is officially discontinue the road as a town way in as much as it exists by default of the county commissioner's discontinuance. If it's a town way, town doesn't maintain it, plow it, do anything with it, the town has no need for it. In fact, it used to go all the way up through that area and connect to what is now Route 7 Stockbridge Road at the base of Monument Mountain. And I'm not talking about the current Old Stockbridge Road, Route 7A. There's some lots fronting on the north side of that Route 7A now. This old layout is in fact down in the valley behind those lots, between those houses of Route 7A and the base of the mountain. So you can't get there from here anymore. You may have been able to in the 1760s, but no longer. So that's the portion that the town, that staff is hoping that town meeting can vote on. Now, there are several steps that council advises we have to do to discontinue a road. The first is that the select board have a specific vote on that, and that's why we called it out distinctly on your agenda tonight. I believe it also may have to go to the planning board for a vote before it gets to town meeting. So a lot to cram in before the annual meeting on May 3rd. But we do think that there's there's no reason to keep this if in fact it has reverted to the town. There's no reason that we should have it.
So I'll be making two motions here.
I think you do it as one motion, the way it is on the agenda, if you want to first.
You could do the Ramsdale Road one right now if you
All right.
would like.
I make a motion to discontinue the portion of Ramsdale Road as proposed in Article 29 of the warrant.
I will second.
Second.
Any other discussion?
Yes. All right, so the town no longer owns the road, we don't do anything with it. Can somebody at Hotchkiss come on and claim it, do what they want, and put something out of it?
In fact, most of it doesn't exist anymore. It's just the middle of nowhere. I haven't dug into the deeds myself, but I believe if the town discontinues it, then it reverts to the abutting property owners, depending on what their individual deeds say. But it's not a piece of property that is now all of a sudden up for sale. I believe it will revert to the abutting owners.
Okay.
Anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, a motion on the warrant.
I make a motion to approve the warrant for May 3rd, 2025 annual town meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
Citizen speak time. Yes.
And Rose 15 Pleasant Street. A quick question that if it's, well, it's appropriate to ask, if it's not inappropriate to answer. One of you has expressed opinion about the town meeting, the special town meeting vote. Are the other three of you prepared to just let it be known how you feel about that?
I will do it at the special town meeting.
I will also be at the town meeting and ready to say what I think. I echo a lot of what Eric has thought as a fellow Houstonic Waterworks customer. While I agree with the intent of this petition, I do not think it is the actual best way to achieve the results that the organizers and believe this board are looking to achieve.
Garfield, yes, no, maybe.
You don't have
Rather
to
not
say
say.
that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hi, Donna Jacobs, 260 Park Street. Thanks so much for the Houstonic Waterworks report. It's encouraging to hear that something's going on and your reports have gotten so much better. So I'm here to talk about water insecurity again. In fact, I have a poster and I was going to show it to you all tonight because I was handing them out and a neighbor said, this poster, which has come to this special town meeting and vote for this, is a collector's item. Because in the future, people will see this poster and say, oh yeah, that was the year we got that, we took control of our water, right? But I did hear tonight an error in communication and that the petition is to acquire Houstonic Waterworks for 2.3 million, and that's not the petition, it's up to 2.3 million. And quite frankly, I'm among those who are of the opinion that the waterworks should really be donated to the town. It's not an outrageous idea. People all around the world make donations such as this. And the feeling around town as I listen to people is that the town's really kind of taken care of the owners of the waterworks over the years. And perhaps it's time for the owners of the waterworks to give back to the town a little bit. During the October 28th information meeting, I think Steve, I don't think I know, because I heard you admitted going out on a limb. You said you're gonna go out on a limb and you said that we weren't making a decision about the purchase of October 28th, but that we would be having a special town meeting, likely long before the annual town meeting. And I think you meant 2025. So citizens thought we would help you out. Since I know you got a lot on your plate and calling a special town meeting, you've got other issues. Water's not your only issue. So we're really trying to help out. And I don't quite understand how putting our efforts behind the town, the government, undermines negotiations. In fact, it's a little bit offensive, almost like saying, be quiet, children, this is a grown-up matter. And I don't think I'd really be interested in hearing how you see this as as undermining. Bottom line, we don't want to continue giving our hard-earned money to a capitalist, enterprise. Especially one that has the liberty to take our hard-earned money and invest it, not in a utility for the common good, but in other businesses for personal gain. So the reason for the special town meeting is, to put an end to that insult. And I don't think I'll ever see clean water in my house, but hopefully the one, people who buy my house from me in a few years will have started the process and they'll be real glad they've got some nice new water mains out front.
Thank you very much. James, go right ahead.
James, 84 North Lane Road. I just want to say
Wow.
thank you to the board for speaking up tonight about the Housatonic Waterworks. Eric, thank you for bringing it up. It's good to hear at least your personal thoughts. I might not agree with you voting no. I think at the very minimum, the article has brought it up and hopefully will pass to show that, town citizens need change. And, we've been waiting since at least 2018 and for clean water. I mean, you live there, Ben lives there, so I'm not impacted. I'm not a Housatonic Waterworks customer, but you are. So I have to give you guys more respect because you have to deal with this on a daily basis. Secondly, we all know, and I'm glad you brought it up, our economic situation is pretty severe. This year's budget was difficult. Next year is going to be even harder. We have more things to talk about. And the school is one big albatross. I attend all those meetings, and the past meeting, I heard there was a yes committee being formed. That's not part of the school, it's outside, but still, they have to form this yes committee to convince people the benefits of getting a new school. We may need a new school, but the economic situation in our town doesn't call for $150 million. Yes, 50 million by the state and 100 million to the town. Already 70% of our taxes come from the school. For a dwindling population, I just looked at the statistics last week of what the pre-K through 8 is. It's like 60 kids, 70 kids. Right now we have in this memorial, maybe 450 is going to go down to like the 3s. I just don't see how our town can afford a new school, possibly Housatonic Waterworks, the housing crisis. We can't have people staffed in our hospitals because they can't afford to live in the area. We all know we have economic issues with our taxes and the things that we have to pay. So I'm just going to keep on bringing it up. 2018, Housatonic Waterworks, brown water. Economic situation, our taxes are too high. Housing is too expensive. And our budgets is just, we can't afford it. The town citizens cannot afford what we're paying anymore. Thank you.
Thanks, James. Anyone else? No one online. Select board time, Ben.
Just to reiterate that I do hope we have a good conversation Thursday night at the school. I hope plenty of people show up to talk about it. I think as said, Eric and I said, well, I really do agree with the intent of the petition. One thing I do kind of want to clear too is that I think in some people's minds, the idea is that we vote yes on Thursday night, then the town will own the waterworks the next day. That essentially, this is there's that kind of perception out there. I've met some people. I know. Look, trust me, you don't have to tell me as far as saying one thing and having it being misconstrued. I understand, but no matter how the vote goes, negotiations. We've already hired a lawyer. Negotiations are in progress. They will be in progress one way or the other. And I think we'll have a discussion about what it means to have that yes vote kind of behind those negotiations on Thursday. So
Thank you. Garfield? And Eric?
No, just got a busy week and many more meetings to go.
Media time. Eileen, go right ahead.
Is the vote Thursday night advisory? If it passes, is it binding on the selectmen or only advisory?
That'll be the first question we ask the town council at the meeting.
I thought you were going to ask already.
And I have not seen anything in writing. So David will tell the assembled on Thursday evening.
Thank you.
You. Seeing no one else? Motion,
Can I have another chance, just for, no?
30 seconds. I'm just such a generous mood
Okay,
tonight.
I'm a little bit flabbergasted that it should be a surprise on Thursday night. Why can't we know going in that it's either advisory or somehow compulsory?
Has the motion's been sent to Eric, to Michael and to David? The last I knew, they had not seen the motion.
You see, it's such a shocking factor. You know, it
We've
shocks
asked,
people.
we've asked for the motions,
Okay,
and they haven't been sent
So
yet,
we
as
don't-
I understand it. So he can't give a final answer until he sees the motion. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. I'm not involved. Okay, by unanimous consent, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.